bioactive setups are pretty good. There's just some things you have to kind of prepare for. Because like I see people like make really nice bioactives and they have little plants in there and everything. I'm like, oh great, because they're just gonna till up every one of those plants. Those plants are dead unless you put them in little pots. And then in the little pots, you gotta make sure there's no holes or anything that they can get stuck in. Because I've heard of I've seen people put in cork bark, and a cork bark has like a notch in it, and it'll of like a hole. And I've seen somebody that lost a hognose that got stuck in it.
Where do you like to rank hognoses as like that non-aggressive or defensive, I should say, snake?
You know what the funny thing is? Like when I first started, I would be like, these things are like impossible to get bit by. Now with all my lineages that are generations from wild caught, even though they're not that far, I have ones that are really good feeders, and they'll mistake you for food. And that's the only time you're ever going to get bit by a hognose is it's mistaking you for food. They don't really bite in defense. If you ever get like a defensive hognose, and someone will throw a lot of strikes at you, but they'll throw closed mouth strikes. They're big bluffers. They play dead, they hood up. Everything about their defense mechanisms is bluffing. It's meant to just intimidate you and get you away from them. And so I would say it depends. That's a good question too for somebody that's like looking for a hognose snake, entry level, or is just starting out and they want a pet. Ask about the hognose's personality, its disposition. Is this a defensive one? Is this a really food aggressive one? Or is this kind of like a more placid one? So the food aggressive ones, that's the thing is hognose are really hard to compare to other species because you get these ones that will start chewing on you, which they are very easy to remove. So for me, it's no big deal. And if people are there, I show them how to remove them. I'm like, it's really no big deal. If you know how to remove them, it's like you don't even have to worry about it. And they do it pretty slowly too. While they're kind of quick, they're not as fast as pretty much every other almost species of snake out there. So I would say they rank kind of like lower medium on the defensiveness kind of scale. Maybe I don't know, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like, I don't know what the heck a 10 would be. Maybe like an African rock python that's been abused. That's like a 10. Right. And then I'd put hognose at maybe like a 3 or a 4 because you get the hissy ones. But the hissy ones, people sometimes will be like, well, how do you pick up these ones that are like more defensive? Yeah, that's how you remove them.
That's so cool. I'm glad how transparent you are too with all this, and I hope you don't mind me bringing up your Instagram account, even though it is public.
Of course not. No, this is like I'll show people this video when they're buying their first hognose. This is actually one thing I encourage everybody to do when you're selling hognose to somebody that's new to the species. Show them how to remove them. Make your own video or share one of my videos where I show lifting up on the rostral scale, just slowly unhooking them.
Right.
It's very useful because. Every 2 to 3 weeks, you get somebody on Facebook that's like, oh, my hognose chewed on me. I didn't think it was a big deal. Now my finger and hand swelling up and I'm scared. And while nothing's going to happen to that person, if it's their first time it's happened, a lot of them freak out. And I've heard of a number of people going to the emergency room and, they give them Benadryl and an IV and then, that's it. But if you remove them promptly, you're not going to have any of those swelling effects. And I'd say the words I react kind of negatively to their venom. I'd say it's everybody's pretty much across the board. It's about this. I'd say the same level of sensitivity. Obviously, some people are going to have a higher sensitivity towards it, although rare. Where you get there's one person that had a type 2 sensitivity, but that could have all been avoided if they just removed it because they have to chew on you for quite a while to really envenomate you. If they chew on you for just a 5-10 seconds, at most you're just going to get a little bit of a tingling and an itch, and that's all. And then for the defensive ones, where they're not actually even trying to bite you, they're just headbutting you and they're thrashing and hissing. Those ones, I like to just pick them up. Usually once you pick them up within 5-10 seconds or less, they completely calm down. But once you're part of its environment, they pretty much all calm down and they're really nice snakes.
What do you know about Canova's new, pet snake program that they have?
I think it's great. I mean, I kind of I don't do that. I didn't hear about that. Justin's always seems to be innovating pretty much a lot of stuff. But I do put it in my descriptions a lot in my hognose things. If it's one that's really, really nice, really calm, I make notation of that. If it's a defensive one, I make notation of that. If it's a really food aggressive one, usually I'll just put really good feeder. But I don't go into detail. But I like that idea because, I have some hognose. I have people that ask me that. And that is something that's become, it's funny because like 20 years ago, I feel like that was something that was never really discussed or talked about.
Correct.
Kind of like secondarily at like a reptile show, people think, oh, is this a nice snake? But yeah, when it comes to online sales, like people ask it, but yeah, I've been posting more and more about it, and it's definitely a question that's been asked more and more. I feel like in the last 3, 4, 5 years. I always was like, how come hognose aren't like the second most popular snake? I was like, these things should be like right up there, like giving ball pythons a run for their money. And you know, they weren't for the longest time. And I say in the last 4 or 5 years, but like now it's like ball pythons, hognose, you know, and then other species. And then worldwide, I mean, hognose are more popular in certain Asian countries, you know, like China. But the hognose win by default because ball pythons are illegal in China because CITES animals aren't allowed in China. But yeah, I think the one thing about the pet lineage animals or more friendly, you know, snakes is it's a great idea. And the thing is, this position is genetic. So if you selectively line breed your most well-mannered hognose snakes, you end up with more well-mannered hognose snakes. Sometimes it's unfortunate. Like I have to get certain morphs. Like I got like my frosteds and caramels. Some of my original frosteds and caramels, they're kind of like they move real fast sometimes. Like they get startled, they're like.
Little closing statement I want to get from you, Jeff. You've been using Morph Market for quite a while. I want to get some of your feedback overall, how you feel about Morph Market, what it's done for you and your brand.
Morph Market's been really great. I think with all the advertising and just getting people to the site as a hub, and even though you know you're kind of like selling on this website next alongside of other people that are essentially competitors. I think it's an amazing model. It brings everybody together. You know, you got the ratings. It's really easy to interact with people. It's really easy for me to post and sell stuff.
Definitely.
The Morph Market shipping, Darren wanted me to try it, so I've definitely tried it a handful of times.
Oh, you've actually tried it?
Oh, yeah, I tried it. Yeah, I've definitely tried it. I'll definitely dabble with using Morph Market shipping, especially if somebody sends me their information, I can just click it. And I'm in a hurry. You know, I want to see how everything works.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this Friday's episode. Again, make sure you head over to morphmarket.com and place your order for any shipping supplies. Take advantage of these discounted shipping supplies that you can get. You know, the boxes, we have the snake bags, the deli cups, not to mention the face packs that we were just talking about, which is very vital when sending any reptile via shipment in extreme weather, you know, cold or hot. So, but yeah, appreciate all the support, guys. And again, thank you to all the fellow Morph Market members and users out there. If this is your first time watching the Morph Market show on a Friday, then make sure you hit the like button. Let's get the likes up for all the hognose lovers out there and all the Morph Market members. And drop a comment. Let me know what you liked in the comment section out of this episode. And we'll catch you guys here next Friday for another new Morph Market Friday episode. Have a great weekend, guys. We'll see you guys here next week.